zapatero. And we are live! Welcome back to the new installment of Supreme Verdict. That's right, Magic the Gathering's edition of movie fights, but for Magic cards. I'm your host, Jon Dunning. Welcome to the show, the only show that I stay sober for. I am joined by my co-host in the co-captain's chair. That is Pixie Kitten. Welcome aboard, my friend.
Hi! Thanks for having me. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see this episode. It's going to be fun.
This is going to be a doozy. We thought last episode was a doozy. We are in the farming stage still of trying to find a real competitor for the undefeated 3-0 Jason Alt, and we did so in Alex Kessler.
Yes, we did. So we've got one competitor. We need another one. Who's it going to be?
Who's it going to be? That is the question of the night. And whoever it is, out of our very competent 3 competitors tonight, that the winner of tonight's show is going to book their ticket to the first ever Supreme Verdict Singles League Champion match between Jason Alt and Alex Kessler. So tonight is going to be, it's all on the line for our very first championship match. So... yeah, let's talk about our competitors tonight.
Okay.
Not introducing yet. Let's just kind of tell a little bit about them. So the very first one is Mr. Zack Taylor, one half of Commander's social podcast, lover of film and emo music. Tricked him by saying the theme tonight was Star Wars. So Zack Taylor, a man that I got to talk film with, but now we get to see his competency with the Magic cards. So how do you think Zach's gonna fare tonight, PK?
I think Zach is a very strong competitor. I think he's gonna do well. He's got the knowledge of the card base because of his commander stuff. So he's gonna be a tough one to beat for sure.
He should absolutely be a tough one to beat. So let's talk about our next competitor coming up next. That is Mr. Kody Smith, the big fish at Fishin, a Merfolk podcast. He's a cartoon addict, music cover artist extraordinaire. So yes, you could find Kody competing, talking about the blue cards, or probably on the corner with a guitar case open, begging for cash.
Yeah, I think Kody is kind of our wild card tonight. So, really, I'm expecting. I don't know what to expect from Kody, but it's gonna be good things and big things, and he's gonna be another. Yeah, he's gonna be another difficult competitor because I just think we don't know what to expect.
That's right. What to expect while expecting. Well, that's not what we're talking about tonight.
What?
However, let's talk about our last competitor, and this is, we always send out now a Twitter poll on who the community thinks is going to be the favorite. This competitor kind of ran away as the clear favorite to win this one, but we'll see. No questions have been asked yet. That is Cat Light from Hellcat MTG on YouTube. She is known for making opponents cry with the color blue and hashtag Spirit Squad. So Cat Light is the favorite going in. 2 lovers of blue. I'm not so sure about Zack Taylor's love of affinity for blue. No pun intended. Are you going to be okay with this episode, PK? There's a lot of blue love going around.
There's a lot of blue, but we don't have to talk about it. It's gonna be fine. My pick is also Cat. I want Cat to do well. She is a great Magic player. She has very extensive knowledge, and I just think she's going to run away with this whole thing.
Wow. Well, let's see. Like I said, no questions have been asked yet. No one's on the clock, but PK will be doing said things. She will be asking questions and be doing keeping time. But also, as opposed to last week, we have the other half half of the 10 Street back. Still no coach. He's still on assignment. But we do have a couch. Our own disinformation, what is it called? Disinformation campaign. And that is Johnny, the producer, now going to be the chat liaison for tonight. So remember, chat, in round 3, you are picking the winner of that round, so that's going to be falling on Johnny Slivers. And then we also have Magic with the Zubys on the other couch. He's going to be our fact checker, making sure that everyone's kind of within the margins on this one. So welcome to the show, Johnny and Zuby.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you again for having us, Johnny, or John.
Whichever
I'm on my second beer.
Yeah.
I'm on my second beer already, so.
Oh, excellent.
Oh, damn.
I need to. Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
We're good.
You're just
We're good.
drinking
We're good. Everything's fine. It's fine.
Straight liquor.
Fine.
All right. So that is the couch. That is the host. Now let's meet the competitors. So introducing first, representing Commander Social Podcast with 0 wins and 0 losses, we have Zack Taylor. Welcome to the show.
Woo.
Hey, what's up? Thanks for having me.
It looks like
Also,
you're planeswalking in
win.
from the Death Star.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just on my Star Destroyer, chilling with my boy Kylo Ren over there. He's just chilling.
Yeah.
So yep.
Excellent.
I really like Kylo Ren. I'm just going to say it. I like
Me
him.
too.
He's a bad
Me
guy,
too.
but man, he is fucking cool for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
It's the mask.
It's awesome.
It is the mask. Yeah. All right. And then introducing next, it looks like we're just going to have a ceiling for a competitor, but, we'll see what's happening. Representing Fishin, a Merfolk podcast, and the U-Tunes podcast, that is Kody Smith. Welcome, sir.
Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat?
Wow.
What did you think my collection contained?
Oh my gosh.
Wouldn't you think of a girl who has everything?
Oh
I
my.
got to see reactions
Podcast
from the couch
full.
on that one.
Oh.
I am not topless. I am just representing Merfolk in the best way that I know how, and that is by cosplay. That makes me feel pretty.
I said wild card, did I not? I called this.
You found the correct color wig to match your red beard and facial hair as well.
I really did. I think it really complements my natural features, and I am ready to trounce my opponents in this episode.
Wow.
Wow. Okay. So shots fired. Yeah. This is a gentleman's game, but not when the bell rings. So, gentleman ladies game as well, of course. So introducing next, the odds-on favorite tonight, like I said, representing Hellcat MTG, Cat Light. Welcome.
Woo!
Glad to be here. Decided to also crush, but I'm just gonna take the souls out of my opponents, take their spirit.
Ooh, yeah. This is. How do you feel? You're already going into this this competition tonight with a target on your back. Everyone's picking you to win. Do you feel that added pressure, Kat?
No, I don't think it's a target on my back. It's just like expectations that I hold myself to, anyways.
So. Nice. Yeah, used to the high competition, and congratulations on your new YouTube channel. It's awesome stuff.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. It sounds super, super fun.
Absolutely. All right, PK, the competitors are here. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready, but are they ready?
I don't know.
Kody, it's not too late for that alliance, man. Let's do that alliance.
There
Also,
are no alliances here.
I want to
the
address
couch?
the cat that I'm a ginger, so I have no soul for you to take.
Oh, that was a good
I'm gonna have to come up with something else.
A self-aware ginger. That's weird.
How about some early predictions from the couch? Our disinformation campaign, Johnny Slivers and Zuby. What do you think?
That wig.
Mm.
I mean,
Style
Zach's
points for the wig?
background with
Yeah.
the wig is, I don't know. I think that's gonna have a lot of pull with the chat.
Wow. Zuby, what do you think is the now that we've met the competitors, how do you think early signs? What are your feelings? Zuby has no audio.
Oh, whoops, I was completely mute the whole time. So
I think you sounded like I was gonna win.
Second beer already. No, but I is gonna say that.
Oh my
Perfect.
God.
Well, with that, let's go to the rules.
Wait, no, I'm not.
Oh, yeah.
It was. I think I'm a little curious on how Zach is gonna do, because I feel like he may be the dark horse, or the secret horse, or or whatever that saying is, the hidden horse, or the.
Oh boy.
I'm definitely the horse of something.
I don't know the word.
All right. Let's go to the rules. So 4 rounds. Each round consists of opening arguments, rebuttal, and closing statement. A question will be asked to the contestants in rotating order. Each contestant will be given, we actually need to change that. It's only 2 minutes for their opening argument, then 1 minute for rebuttals, 1 minute for closing statement. In rounds 1, 2, and 4, the ground arbiter, the judge, which is yours truly, will decide who has won the round and will award 1 point to the round winning contestant. 0 points will be given to non-round winners. In the event of a tie, we'll get to that if we'll cross that bridge if we get there. Round 3, majority chat vote decides round winner. So that was huge last time as far as deciding the winner of the whole episode, because I think Jim was kind of going in winning, and then the chat kind of swung it in Kessler's realm. So I mean, pay attention, chat, because you are the judge for round 3. Round 3 is very pivotal. So everybody's ready. So PK, Johnny, you're the one that wrote them. So what's our theme for tonight?
The theme for tonight is fantasy. Basically, Eldran's coming out soon, so we use that as some inspiration for these questions.
Perfect. So it's a kind of a fairy tale theme. I think last time was Stranger Things back in the 80s. Lots of leg warmers and fanny packs. Sorry, Zach, we're not talking fanny packs this time, unless that's part of your fairy tale. I'm not here to judge, my friend.
I feel judged.
All right. So, PK, why don't we go ahead? We'll read the question, and I want to give the competitors a good 30 seconds to kind of let that sink in, so everyone kind of gets like a little bit of time with the question. So, before you hit time. So, let's do a random generator as far as the order goes. So, I am thinking of a number 1 to 10. So, Zach, what is your number?
3.
Kat.
What's my number? 9.
Okay, and Kody?
Solid pick.
7.
7 is the number. Kody gets to choose
Oh.
if he keeps the ball or if he punts it to the other competitor. So who would you like to get the question first?
I would like to unite in some sort of sisterhood with Catlight, and I will punt the ball to Zach, which gives us time to rebuttal.
Yes.
This is the reverse alliance happening. I knew this was gonna happen.
So Zach goes first.
See, on Twitter you were like, "Hey, I'm gonna make an alliance with Kat." Oh, hey Kody, I know I was trying to do that with Kat, but fucking let's do this. Let's be a team. And
I said I definitely hadn't been doing that.
I was flopping like a fish. Yeah.
Sounds like EDH to me.
And then Kody, are you going after Zach, or is that going to Kat?
It's going to be punted to Zach, so we have time for better rebuttals.
Okay, so you didn't answer my question, Kody. So are you going after Zach?
It's punted to Zach, yeah.
Okay, so Zach, and then who?
Who's going second?
Who goes second?
Oh, and then I'll go last.
Okay,
and
so Kat, and then Kody. Okay, so PK, let's hear round 1's question.
Okay, question number 1. In the opening trailer for Magic the Gathering's Throne of Eldraine announcement, we are introduced to the first waking nightmare moments for a pair of gingerbread folk joined at the hand. In this nightmare, Garruk is wreaking havoc in the kitchen, leading to the untimely demise of John Doe, the lifelong love of Ginger, last of her batch. The scene leaves off as Ginger is about to pluck out the eye of Garruk with a cocktail fork. What they didn't show us is the fact that this is where Jane Doe's Planeswalker spark ignites. Our question to you: what plane does Jane Doe Gingerbread jump to from her spark ignition? What is her casting cost? What are her 3 planeswalker abilities? And why is your Ginger Walker the best version for the Wizards of the Coast R&D team?
All right. So 30 seconds.
That was a really long
That's it.
question.
So a college essay.
So basically, turn the gingerbread into a planeswalker and tell us why it's the coolest.
There we go.
And what plane does it jump to?
Perfect.
Okay, so I will read the question again.
Oh,
Everyone can let it see. No?
Maybe.
Just the question part. Just the question part.
Yeah. Go for it.
Okay, our question to you. What plane does Jane Doe Gingerbread jump to from her Spark Ignition? What is her casting cost? What are her 3 planeswalker abilities? And why is your version of Ginger Walker the best?
All right. So now...
Wait, what's the character's name again?
Ginger, last of her batch. Sir Ginger, last of her batch, I believe.
Sir Ginger, last of her batch?
Yeah, like how all of the cards say Sir, like SYR.
Okay.
And the chat's already turning on PK as far as how she pronounces Garrick.
Garuk? That's literally how it's spelled.
Garuk is on fire. Yeah, all right. So can we have 2 minutes on the clock, PK?
Yes, we can.
And then tell Zach whenever it's time.
Okay. Go ahead, Zach.
I'm just starting now.
Yep.
Oh my god.
2 minutes.
So my gingerbread person would definitely get a new Phyrexia because, I mean, that seems like a legit place to chill. I definitely want that. The casting cost I think should be like, I don't know, maybe 1 and 2 blue for like, it comes in with like 5 loyalty. And then let's see, for the +1, it should be create a Thopter because Thopters are awesome and cookies can make Thopters. -3 could be, I don't know. All flying creatures all birds get +2/+2, and then for the final, create an emblem that maybe made birds invincible. That's all I got.
Oh.
Yes.
All right. So we have new Phyrexia, 3 casting costs with 5 loyalty, Thopters, and then you said all birds get +2/+2 for the minus. All right.
Yep.
Perfect.
Birds.
Zuby, to the couch. Let's do a quick fact check on that one. Do birds and Thopters correlate?
Not necessarily.
They both have wings. They both have wings.
They both have wings, but I mean, most planeswalkers, they at least have some sort of focus, and this seems to be all over the board.
All right. Well, let's see what Kat comes up with, because as soon as PK says she's on the clock, she's on the clock.
What was the third part of the question?
What are her 3 planeswalker abilities? And why is she the best?
Why is she the best? Okay. All right, I'm on the clock.
Okay, and
I'm trying to get extra time.
You're starting now.
So obviously Ginger just lost her loved one, so she's gonna go to Innistrad to find the spirit of her loved one, because Innistrad's covered in spirits and ghosts and spooky ones, and she wants to gain. She is gonna get vengeance on a Garuk, and the next thing you do is it's like Hercules. You go find the spirit of them. Her CMC. Or her casting cost would be white, red, green, because the white for the icing and the red and the green for the gumdrop buttons. Makes the most sense. Her abilities are good. Her starting loyalty is going to be 3. Her +1 is going to be target creature gains haste and trample, because she got really angry and she killed Garrick, which is just unreal. And then she'll -3, which will kill her, to exile target planeswalker, because exile is a white ability and she kills Garrick. Her static ability will be whenever you sack a food token, you get to draw a card.
Ooh.
And then obviously she's the best because of every reason I just told you. That just sounds like a very playable, very good planeswalker. So.
Yeah, that seems pushed. All right, Zuby, to the couch. Let's fact check Kat's gingerbread walker.
That's definitely on theme for the colors that she picked, and it seemed very Christmassy as well too. And it does kind of fit with being a gingerbread, which are commonly seen in the Christmas era.
Can I jump? I'm loving both of these planeswalkers, and I know I'm chat liaison, but yeah, that's I'm liking where this is going.
All right. As soon as we have the time for Kody, Cody's on the clock.
Okay, we are starting now.
So my Ginger Planeswalker is Ginger, last of her batch. She is 2 green-black. And so like many Planeswalkers, she changes colors because of the traumatic happening of her spark igniting. She starts out with 3 loyalty. She has a +2 ability of make a food token. Because I think food tokens are the best tokens by far in all of Magic. And I want a Swedish chef style legendary commander to make a commander deck around. She has a +1 of target creature gains death touch and reach until end of turn. But at -5, you get an emblem with whenever you sacrifice a food token, deal 2 damage to any target. She is vengeful. She has taken on the colors of the planeswalker she has killed, and she is wanting to exact revenge for her lost love that she was baked with and lived through just many a trial through. And I think, honestly, isn't that the sign of true love, that you're willing to really just lay everything on the line and just pound people down for taking your love from you?
Perfect. All right. So that is the opening arguments. Zuby, let's get the facts real quick on Kody before getting to the rebuttals.
So the +2 was make a food token, correct?
That is correct.
Then the +1 was give a target creature death touch and reach. I do like how these kind of abilities, even the -5, they're pretty unique abilities that aren't commonly seen too much in Planeswalkers. So I definitely like that touch right there. And they do seem very green and black.
Oh, so it was green and black. That was the one thing I didn't hear.
That was green and black, right?
Yes, the casting cost would be 2 green-black.
Okay. So let's go to my favorite part of the rounds. Now we'll go to the rebuttal. So it's going to go back to Zack, and you're going to say why. Not so much why yours is great yet. We'll hear that again in the next round. But why Kat and Kody's Planeswalkers aren't up to yours.
And how much time?
60 seconds.
Okay, go ahead now.
I'm just going to say that mine's the best because it was my idea. These other ideas, they're bad because they weren't mine. This one's my idea, so obviously it's the best. That's all I really have to say here. I mean, these other people put in a good try. I mean, good effort, but just not as good as something I came up with.
Okay.
I'm done. That's all.
Perfect.
Wait, do I have more time?
Yeah, you've got 30 more seconds.
Oh, snap.
Do you want to trash their gingerbread cookies?
Yeah, like, I don't know. They just seem real generic, like Christmassy and all that. I'm like, I don't know. I want like something different. I want like a blue warrior type gingerbread person. Like, I don't know. That's it. Yeah. That's all. I'm good. I'm good, I think.
All right. As soon as we have time, Kat's on the clock for her rebuttal. Kat, you got to tell us why Kody and Zack's gingerbread is not up to par.
And go ahead.
I don't know what birds have to do with gingerbreads. That's the first thing. Don't really get it. Blue's not really also like a gingerbread color, but sure, if that's where your boat floats, I guess. Also, Kody had said something about a 2 green-black planeswalker doing damage, which is just like a very un-green-black colors thing that's red related, is dealing damage. I do like the death touch and the reach. I thought that was good, especially because she flew and killed Garrick. Maybe killed Garrick, but I think that the colors don't really make sense, and the birds don't really make sense. Right. Also, my idea is the best because it was me.
That's the popular thread now.
Stolen argument.
Perfect. All right.
How do you beat that kind of argument?
Yeah. That is. How do you fact check that kind of argument? All right. As soon as we have time, Kody Smith is now on the clock for rebuttals.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm sorry, but blue. The blue tracks with the birds and the thopters, but honestly, it's a gingerbread. So like, what are you doing? Honestly, that's something my slow learning mini night uncle would come up with, that a gingerbread would be blue. Second off, the theme of Christmas Christmas is a time of love and caring, and honestly, I think there's no room for combat in a Christmas scene, which is where you would totally find a gingerbread cookie. The other thing I want to address is that sacrificing things and dealing damage is totally in Black's wheelhouse. So if you sacrifice things to deal damage, honestly, that is really on flavor.
Oh,
No
on
pun
flavor.
intended.
Oh, on a cookie flavor. That was, I see what you did there. All right. And this last kind of go around now is your closing arguments. This could be combined with, this last 60 seconds is why your pick is definitely the superior one over your competitors. So, Zach, you have 60 more seconds to close this round out.
Go ahead.
All right. First on the Christmas thing. I mean, I don't know about Death Touch and whatnot being Christmassy. That seems un-Christmassy. But also, mine's still the best because I came up with it, and because really, I'm just gonna go deep and be honest here. I was watching this trailer for the first time, and I was like, I felt so sad. I was like, no, I died, because obviously I'm the one that died, or it looked like she died, and then I'm like, oh, I'm still alive, and then I see my co-host Ryan just get eaten, and I'm like, because I'm like a blue mage when I play Magic, so I was like, I've got to get this, and I need birds because birds like gingerbread. I've seen market research on this. I did market research on this before I said it, so it's really a thing. So yeah, I'm a blue mage.
10 seconds.
Okay. That's all I have, I think.
So Zack Taylor's fact-checking his own facts here, trying to supplant Zuby as the fact-checker. We'll put Cat Light on the clock one more time for her closing argument. So 60 seconds whenever PK says you're ready.
Go ahead.
So Christmas is not just a time of love. The origin story of Christmas is actually pretty scary for Mary and Joseph. So first of all, on that. So Christmas wasn't always a super loving time. It became that. And I think that the being Naya colored and being Christmas themed, also going with the gumdrop buttons and the icing, and I think her abilities are very on point with mine. And I think it's also just kind of perfect. And it's like a little badass, just like she is.
Nice little mic drop. All right, and then last but last, let's close out this round with Kody Smith with your closing argument.
So I have varying opinions for both of my competitors here. So number one, Zach is putting his personal opinion of blue over the color choices that should be made for this character. It's what the character is about, not what you are inputting on the character. And then Kat, she wants to put facts on this character, like some sort of historical argument, that it wasn't a Christian holiday or anything like that. So she's forcing her beliefs down my throat. And as an American, I really I'm done. I'm done here. I'm done.
Okay,
done.
so we're playing like this now. I got it.
Yeah, see, I told you, you guys are all. Everyone's such good friends. Yeah, wait till the clock starts. Let's go to now that we have all the information. Zuby, the fact checker here. Now that you have everything, what do you think as far as any more facts? We got biblical, we got people trying to take
market
your
research.
job. What do you think?
I feel like I made a mistake in choosing Zach earlier.
What?
Oh man, that first question, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's pretty close between Kat and Kody. I'm not sure what the Grand Arbiter is going to choose, but it's they're to me they feel neck and neck. So,
all right, and then how about the polls from the chat, JTP?
I didn't even put up a poll, but
can you put up polls in chat?
What's the
He said
the chat
the pulse.
Oh, the pulse.
The pulse.
Oh,
pulse. There's some. We got Daniel Odell looking at Zach making some good points, and let's see.
Good points.
The Chewbacca defense, bold move. All right.
All right.
Thanks, Daniel.
I think. Okay.
Zach is paying people off.
All right, so let's get to the ruling here then. So, I'm just going to kind of go off fact. First off, I found it very interesting that it was a blue-on-blue crime. So everyone is a blue mage in our competitors. So this is different. So first off, let's start with Zach. So he said that his is going to New Phyrexia, a mono blue gingerbread cookie. That's a choice. And then Thopters and Birds, I had to say that was a bit confusing. And then the overall, and then, generic, he said that the other gingerbreads were quite generic and that the trailer caused him sadness. So then I felt bad. And, then I'm like, sadness, blue, I have kids, so I saw that movie. And then, and then, of course, it's Zach's idea, and that's why it's the best, right? So that was Zach's argument. So now we're going to go to Kat, and I like that that her Planeswalker is going to Innistrad, because not only is that on theme, but it's also on theme with Kat, because hashtag Spirit Squad, so hashtag always on point there. The WRG with the gumdrops and the food, yes, very cool. Haste, Trample, and then no blue birds. She was very confused about the bird thing, as we all were. And then the color for she was saying that the Golgari choice was not the best. And then we also all learned something here, in that Christmas is very terrifying. So thank you for not only telling us about your cookie, but also scaring us and about everyone's favorite holiday. So that was Kat's argument. Now going to Kody Smith, or really not Kody Smith tonight. I didn't get what plane were they planeswalking to? So that was a kerfuffle right there. We don't.
Yeah, I didn't get it either.
Yeah.
He didn't answer part of the question.
We didn't name it. Yeah. So it's like Iron Chef, but you left off one of the ingredients. But the ingredients are Golgari, which I did actually like, because what are the Golgari known for? Well, food, and that makes sense that they are producing food. So I did like that. You also played in my heartstrings with Muppets. I forgot why I just wrote down Muppets, so I assumed that you said something about them. Death Touch, Reach.
Wow.
I like the fact that you were
Boober the Fraggle is my favorite Mugget.
Favorite Mugget?
Mugget.
I like that you were
Muppet.
petting your hair through the whole thing. That was very distracting. Love, I saw that. And then, Christmas needs to be pure. Eeh. That's scary. So, so all the results are in. I think this one was very close. Zach's was very entertaining. The chat was on your side. But Kody, like I said, for getting the secret ingredient, this one automatically goes to Kat. So Kat is the winner of round number 1. So the favorite coming in strong with that first round pickup. So now you get Kat as a prize. For round 2, you get to choose the order now. So what is the order of questions being answered?
I think that we can have Zach start first again. We keep our partial sisterhood going. And it worked out for me last time. And then Kody can go second.
All right. So we got same order.
Thank you, Kat.
Zach?
You're welcome.
This feels like a conspiracy against me. I don't like this.
I'm just repeating a pattern that worked.
It's Eldraine, not conspiracy.
There's the competitive Magic player.
All right. Okay. Oh, wait, you said Zach, Kody, then you, right? You're going last?
Yes.
Kat? Okay.
I heard it the other way around.
Nope.
I swear I did.
We need to play the replay.
Yep.
How the couch, Johnny, what is the how does everyone saying about the round 1, how that one turned out? Any surprises, or was it a pretty obvious pick?
I honestly, something. There's a lot of discussion about Muggets and hashtag the cookie crumbles. It's
Good.
That's due to my special
Ryan Green
guest
made a good
that we
point
never got to introduce.
Ryan Green made a very good point that Kody did not sing his answers, which is not on theme for his cosplay.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that.
That's a second whammy there, Kody. Watch out.
Yikes. No whammies. All right.
Do I get more points if I sing my answers?
That's true.
Is the real question.
Well, you'll never know till you try.
You get something.
Internet infamy.
You'll get internet. John cry.
Listen. The singing for 10th Street took us places. So hey,
it won us an award.
It did. Yeah.
PK. Let's go with question Numero dos, and then we'll give our competitors 30 seconds to kind of chew on it, if it's cookie themed again, of course.
Okay, here we go. Question number 2. Throne of Eldraine brings us the mechanic of food. Tapping into your extensive culinary expertise, we want you to describe to us the perfect chef's creation of a food token. Use only ingredients from the history and cards therein of Magic the Gathering. What would you make and how? What are at least 3 of your key Magic the Gathering ingredients? Why is your food token the tastiest morsel at the banquet that is your board state?
I love that.
So we want you to describe an actual food item using only Magic the Gathering history or cards, right, Johnny?
Yes, that's basically, you know your Magic, you know about food, make some food out of Magic cards.
Real food.
Ooh. Zach, how excited are you to go first again?
I mean, words just don't even. I can't. I don't know how to say it. Like, I can't tell if it's joy or if I just want to cry. I'm not sure. It's one of the two. Like, do I get points for making myself cry?
Sure.
You never know
Probably.
until you try.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I think you'll really grab that sympathy line with the chat.
I help you in question 3.
Chat, love me, please.
Yeah.
The only reason I do this.
Round 3 might be your round, buddy. Hey, Ryan Green said I made a nice cookie pun. Yay! I'm doing my job. All right, Kat. Zach is now on the clock, and he is on your mercy.
Yeah, okay,
2
so here we go. Go ahead.
So, I would use a goose, because a goose is a bird, and I've seen it on a Magic card, so that's a thing. And what I would do is, have someone else take the feathers and skin off and all that. And then, what else could I do? I don't know. I'm so confused.
You got this.
I'm trying to come up with something. I'm looking at Magic cards that I'm thinking of. Oh my god. And then it would make Thopters. There would just be a lot of Thopters. Like Thopter pie. That's what it would be. It would be a goose and Thopter, sort of like, I don't know, and maybe there's Krakens in there, so some of that, just like stir fry it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There we go. Yes, stir fry from really weird Magic stuff that I don't know anything about. I'm done.
All right. Zuby, let's go to the facts real quick. I think Zach talked himself into his selection this time.
So it's a goose, Thopter, Kraken, stir fry?
Yeah.
But
No, you said exactly right. That's what I was. That was my plan, my intent the whole time.
Seasoning.
I'm just a little, so I can see goose and Kraken going together, but the Thopters, I'm not sure how do you eat those? That's
carefully.
Very careful. Okay. Yeah. I feel like there'd be some bits and mechanical parts that get stuck in your teeth when eating Thopters, but
Protein. It's all protein.
Thopter protein?
Yeah. Okay. So you get swole.
All right.
Is it the oil from the Thopters?
Yeah.
Oh,
totally.
Yeah. Every good stir fry needs some oil. Yeah, that's all right. I'm trying to buy it. All right, Kody. You are on the clock as soon as PK says you are.
Here we go. Go ahead.
So I want to turn your attention to the color black.
Oh.
And the color black has a myriad of wonderful cards that reference the deep fried nature of Magic, which is the heart of my soul in deep fried cooking. So first off, we have Feast of the Unicorn, which is 3 and a black for an enchanted creature. Enchanted creature gets +4/+0 with a flavor text of, could there be any fouler act? No doubt the Baron knows of me. And just feasting on unicorn flesh, it sounds so magical. Like it's like eating a troll. You could become otherworldly. Next is Maw of the Obsidian, which comes from one of the first sets I played, Dragon's Maze. And I have a fondness for Dragon's Maze. And in Mob the Obsidat, the art is thralls being forced into a mouth onto the stomach of an Obsidat ghoul. And so basically you sacrifice a creature and creatures you control become stronger. You're feeding your army. It's wonderful. It's delicious. Mwah. Oh, just all these wonderful tastes. And my last, I'm going to move on to Atarka World Render, who is one of the elder dragons of Tarkir. Not in black, but in red-green. So for 5 red-green, you get a 6/4 with flying and trample, or as I like to say, flample. Whenever a dragon attacks, gains double strike until end of turn. Her hunger knows no limits. Left unchecked, she would be the feast of all Tarkir.
Okay. All right.
10 seconds. Oh, okay.
Perfect.
I'm done.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. I think so. Zoobs. Did you have a field day with this one?
So I mean, they're magic cards that he named.
We went from stir fry to buffet.
So yeah, buffet, and I guess the only one that doesn't really make sense to me is the Maw the Obsidat, because the other two, the unicorn and the dragon, you can at least eat. I mean, if you're gonna deep fry them all, I mean, okay.
Yeah.
That Atarka World Render, that's gonna feed like you said, an entire plane. Pretty huge.
Yeah.
Eric, I misread the flavor text. I'm sorry.
Wow.
And I have to say, hashtag Flample is probably the official hashtag of this episode. So, Kat, Light, now that you have had the feast of the other two competitors, tell us about your food token. Is you are up to bat as soon as PK gives you the green light.
Go ahead.
Oh, Kat, you are muted.
You're on mute.
Mute.
Okay, we're resetting the time.
Cheats.
Technology's hard. So what are the colors of magic that are most associated with nurture and nature and growing, and it's green and white? It is Selesnya. And I found 4 really good cards for these. The first one is Blessed Wine, which helps you gain life, and you get to draw a card, which
wine.
is super on par with a food token. And then you have Sacred Nectar, which is another white card, which is also food and helps you gain life. Then you have Fresh Meat, which is a green card. And you have Fruitcake Elemental, because who doesn't love your Christmas fruitcake lore themed and your fantasy lore? So those are the cards that I would have for my food token and for our delicious food token feast.
Let me get the last one more time after Fresh Meat, the name of the card.
Fruitcake Elemental. It's a special occasion card.
Oh, okay. It was the holiday card. Yeah, Fruitcake.
Yes.
All right. Zuby. Going back to the holiday season.
Yeah, it is very on theme with Selesnya, and very on theme with you got your wine, you got the nectar that could be the drink you could have during the meal. The wine could be the after the meal. The fresh meat and the fruitcake for dessert. So you put it all on one food token card. It seems like it'd be a pretty good feast.
Yeah, it feels like
it's a spread.
Violet.
Yeah, it's a very good
Beauregard, gum from Willy Wonka. Like I guess you're gonna turn into a steak in this one instead of a blueberry, or a fruitcake monster. Either way, I can't wait to hear the rebuttals. This round's a lot closer so far. So let's go 60 seconds on the clock for rebuttal, starting with Zach. And please tell us why their food tokens are trash. They belong down the disposal.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, this is like garbage stuff that we're talking about here outside of the stir fry. Like Kody's thing, that sounds super foul. I don't want any part of that in my mouth. Like, I'm just not gonna eat that. Like, also the cards that you mentioned, are those like? This is really for both people. For Caswell, are the cards you mentioned real? Like, I don't know. I don't know if they're real.
Are. They are.
Are they? I mean, I don't know that I believe that, but okay.
Oof.
Yeah, no, Kody's thing. Okay, I guess maybe because I got confused on that part because I had like 10 seconds to think. Anyway, so yeah, Kody's is foul, so that one's out. Cats sounds a little better. I like it, but basically because it's not an idea I came up with, I'm just gonna have to beat that out. Well, like, obviously mine's the best because I came up with it. It's not foul, and yeah, Cats is real good, but I didn't come up with it, so it's out. And that's my rebuttal.
How the fuck do you beat that?
Don't. You
That's
don't. I'm
time.
gonna win.
That's time. All right, Kody, you're on the clock. PK.
Here we go. Go ahead.
So I would first like to address my first opponent, Zach, who basically Ayn Randed the situation and said, your position is wrong because it's not mine. And I feel that is just a dystopian universe that I don't want to live in. Second off, I want to say that
great.
while I did not address actual food tokens, my opponent Catlight did not take advantage of the fact that I did not mention food tokens and also made the same mistake. So I think that I should be a little bit ahead of that because she didn't take advantage of my mistake.
What?
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 The question. So the question was about food tokens. I did not mention food tokens, and neither did she. She did not see that I did not mention food tokens, and thus made the same mistake.
10 seconds.
At the end. Well, Jesus.
You're both eliminated.
Fine.
My cards are fun and they're fun to play in Magic.
That's it.
Wait, so Zuby, we got to go to the rule check on that. Is that true? Did Kat and Kody flub the rule? I didn't see that, but you're the.
I mean, I totally did. I totally did.
Well, no. If we want to go into the actual question, the question is what would you make and how? What are at least 3 of your key magic ingredients? And why is your food token the tastiest morsel at the banquet that is board state? Okay. So
and I wrote it down wrong. That's my. I'm sorry, Kat. I didn't mean to attack you personally.
Wow.
Wow.
Rude.
Shots
Rude.
fired.
The
Our
damage is
sisterhood
done.
alliance is over.
That's what I like to hear.
That was a shot fired and a shot missed.
That's
All right,
fair.
Kat.
That's fair.
Why are these 2 scrubs not working past McDonald's?
Ooh.
hey, whoa.
Whoa.
I'm out of beer.
Uh-oh.
Thank you, fact checker. All right.
That's
PK,
what I'm here for.
Time on the clock. Let's hear Kat's rebuttal.
Okay, go ahead.
So nothing mentioned before mine is anything I would want to put in my mouth except for goose, maybe. I would like to point out that Kody missed a really key, amazing flavor detail with unicorns in fantasy, which is Harry Potter and how the unicorns feed Voldemort. And if you're gonna have a food token, why wouldn't you mention how unicorns are like the most life-sustaining being in like the whole fantasy world? I think that was a huge flavor fail, especially if you're going with this whole gory thing. It's amazing. I want to say that I don't even know how to address Zach's because it was just
Zach's.
yeah.
Delicious.
It was just his, and it was stuffing.
I love
It
Zach.
was very sad. And
What I heard was awesome.
and I think that mine are food that you would actually want to ingest and would make you feel amazing. And so that is my rebuttal.
All right. Now to the final, the walk-off home run, basically. Let's close out this round with the closing arguments. Zach, I can't wait. 60 seconds on the clock.
Go ahead.
I don't know. Stir fry is just real good. So is goose. I've eaten goose before. It's pretty good. So yeah, that sounds really awesome. Also, from the other thing, I'm not sure what happened, but I think I heard the other 2 cheated, so I just win by default. Is that what happened?
It was already proven that wasn't the case.
It wasn't the case. Oh, okay. Dang. That was the
My
big,
witch hunt
like,
didn't work.
Oh,
It
God.
didn't work.
Yeah, that was my thing I was gonna do.
Oh
Dang.
my god.
Also, I feel like Cody's cheating a little bit with his hair business. He just keeps rubbing it, and it's like distracting me. I'm trying to think because they're making me go first, and it's like I'm so distracted by that hair. It's
Don't
so
act like
red.
you're not impressed.
I am impressed. I wish my hair looked like that. It does not.
15 seconds.
So I win because I'm good. Good.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I just want
Fucking
to point
hell.
out that I like how it looks like we're steadily morphing into Zach. Like if you start at Kat and then you go to Kody, and Cody's like the perfect mix in between. Like Cody's got the glasses and the facial hair, but the hair of Kat, and then you go to Zach. I like the in motion that we're morphing into someone.
Oh my.
It's cool, man. You can just say I'm the best looking dude ever. I'll allow it.
Cody,
Sorry,
your
but the
final
best looking dude
argument.
ever is in your background.
That's
There you
true.
There you go.
Shiloh. Sorry.
Oh.
All right, Cody. Closing argument. 60 seconds on the clock.
Okay, here we go.
All right. So to start off with Kat's argument, she betrayed me. Number one, which really hurts. It's the second biggest risk that I took since getting bangs. Okay, it really hurts, and it offends me on a personal level.
Oh.
Number two, Zack in his Simics law, like I don't know what he's trying to go for with this like tentacles and possibly something growing in it. That sounds disgusting.
Oh.
And honestly, I've never seen a Harry Potter movie, but I would love to throw a unicorn into the Maw of Obsidian to grow my ranks.
What?
And I think that would be the greatest service I could do to my board state. Unlike my opponents who are just fumbling
10
around
seconds.
in all sorts of nonsense about facts and movies and living salads.
Oh boy. All right. Kat, let's get your closing argument. 60 seconds on the clock.
Hold on. Can we just recap the fact that Cody says he's never seen a Harry Potter movie?
I know.
Yeah, I know that took me by surprise.
That one hurt.
Oh my god,
I
dude.
mean,
even
the
seen
movies aren't
those.
that great, but you should at least read the books.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
Growing up in my house, sorcery was a sin. So we
play
were
magic.
not.
So you got into magic. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So after introducing that to my brothers, it was idolatry. So believe me, there's a whole lot of other mess going on in my fantasy. I have a huge fantasy blind spot. So The Little Mermaid was okay, but anything that could conjure anything was the devil. So don't hate me, hate the game.
Oh, hey, here we
Can I
go,
share a Harry
Kat.
Potter fact.
Fighting.
I learned something about Harry Potter
What?
that maybe you don't know, that I didn't know.
What's that?
Apparently, I misunderstood what the word snogging meant, and that just means kissing. That's not what I thought it meant.
Oh,
I thought it meant more than that. I thought it meant.
Oh, shit.
I was like, that changed what the books meant to me. I was like, this book's like 50% less dirty now. Okay,
That-
cool.
So you thought it was like you thought it was like it the book, like that one scene that was left out.
Oh
I get
God,
it.
John, don't bring that up.
Well,
It
they all
sounds
did.
like
Yeah.
uh,
All right.
What?
Yeah. Kat, you're on the clock.
My
60
turn,
seconds.
my turn.
Here we go. Go ahead.
So I want you to imagine that you are in need of life. You're playing Magic and you're in need of life, and so you have this food token. What is the best way to represent that? It is green and white cards that gain you life, which is the cards that I mentioned, Blessed Wine and Sacred Nectar. Also, and then green cards that I mentioned before, which was the Fresh Meat and the Fruitcake Elemental. They're perfectly on flavor for a food token. The green cards also advance your board state. And also, if you're playing like a control style deck and need to gain life, then the white cards matter because one of them also draws you a card. So if you're talking about board state and card advantage, these are very useful cards to play and good cards to represent your food tokens. And they also don't have flavor fails, and they also don't sound disgusting.
Wow.
That's my
Vote
closing
Cat Light for
remarks.
president 2020. All right. All right, let's go to the fact checker, Mr. the Zuby from the couch. Now that we have all the facts in, all the arguments in, how about the facts, sir?
So the facts are, while Kat's spread of food sounds really delicious and good, I would have to say Zack's food, minus the thopters, I think I'd be really interested in trying goose and Kraken stir fry. That just sounds delicious, to be honest, and it sounds weird. Cody's deep fried unicorn and dragon. I'm not so keen on the unicorn though, but the dragon, yeah, give me some hot sauce with that. I'd be down for it. But I don't know. I think I may have to give this to Kat here because she seemed to stay on theme throughout the majority of it.
All right, so that's the facts. What is the chat saying, JTP?
And this chat feels like I think Zach's gonna like round 3. The chat seems to like Zach. It's just
The chat loves Zack.
The chat
Aw,
loves Zach. They really do. It's hashtag stir fry life, and there's something about Zach in this chat.
There's something about Zach.
I think he's paying them off, aren't you? You're paying the chat.
Good.
I mean, I'll never tell.
All right, perfect. So, okay, now we're going to go to the decision here, and I'm just going to go down in order of which the questions were answered. So, Zach, just going through yours, goose, always birds, and thopters. So, staying on theme through 2 rounds. Animal cruelty, you got real dark there with destroying the goose. We got a little graphic. Trying to stay PG-13. Stir fry is good. I do agree. I do love some stir fry, and I agree with Zuby that the stir fry, and I get the thopters. Like I said, we said that the thopters was just going to use the oil for it. So Zach did go hard at fact-checking and then calling foul on the game itself. And then, of course, Zach's signature, it came from Zach, so that's why it's the best. So that was his arguments. Kody, you went from Julia Childs to very unsettling. So that was a little nightmarish, but we said you went black, deep fried, which is great. I mean, take a look at my body shape. You could tell I like deep fry. Feast of the Unicorn. We named some actual.
It's not
cards
that bad,
here.
John.
Mav the Obsidat. So you were pandering to the judge, calling the Obsidat because I love Orzhov, but you called it something else. But it's a thrall, and I didn't appreciate you specing the fat thrall. Atarka, another one.
Not okay.
What the fuck?
The Atarka, that's going to feed everyone. That's great. Dystopian, you said someone was having a dystopian universe. I think you called Zach on that one. And then mistakes, you took your shot, you missed that one. And then a lot of hurt feelings. And then it just turned into some sad feelings. Betrayal from Kat, your former alliance member, that was never evident. So yeah, that was Kody's argument, and then we go to Kat. We go Selesnyan Pride all the way, green white. We got Blessed Wine. So thank you for pandering to the winos on the show. That was very nice. Sacred Nectar, also fresh meat, fruitcake. So yeah, we got a nice 4-course meal. All you need in life is wine and meat and cake. So I'm for it. Kody missed unicorns, Harry. So we got some Harry Potter knowledge, and then you were just very confused, as we all were with Zach. So yeah,
what is the snitch?
That is the arguments. Again, very very close. I feel like Kody stumbled just a little bit, going after some personal attacks and calling foul, overreaching with the shots fired as far as the rules go, and then coming up short. Zach, entertaining as always, but this one also goes to Cat Light. So Kat's taken 2 rounds to 0. She's up.
Jeez Louise,
2 rounds.
My girl, she's getting it tonight.
Can we see the first ever Supreme Verdict board wipe? A perfect game. I don't know. Alex Kessler and Jason Alt are on notice, but this game is not over. It's still anyone's game. We could have a tie or a come from behind. So let's see. So, gentlemen, you got some work to do to catch up. Let's go to round number 3. Remember, chat, this is all you. This has nothing to do with me. My judgment means nothing in this one. So Johnny's going to be having his finger securely placed on the chat's pulse to find out who is the winner of this round, and it's anyone.
It's gonna be me.
All right, so let's hear the question. PK.
You're not the Backstreet Boys.
Well, hey, don't we have to decide who's going to go first and all that?
Dang it.
So Kat gets the pick again.
Dang it.
Well, since our sisterhood alliance is over because I was betrayed, Kody can go first, and then Zach, and then me.
That's fair. That's fair.
Oh yeah.
All right, Kody first, Zach second, Kat third. Okay, and question whenever you're ready.
Okay. Question number 3. Here we go. No fantasy-themed anything would be complete without the presence of a good old-fashioned fantasy shindig, also known commonly as the ball. or Grand Gala? Of course, since this is a 10 Street Hooligans fantasy gala, there is naturally going to be a dance-off. As an attendee for this dance-off, what will your signature song be? What 2 Magic the Gathering characters join it to make up your dance trio? What is the name of your dance team's signature dance move that blows the competition out of the water?
All right.
Oh, I'm excited about this.
Whew. All right, Johnny. Well, they have about 30 seconds to chew on that one. What was your process of coming up with these questions in this episode?
The process is don't make them short, make them interesting, make them related to Magic the Gathering, and see if I can put them in the right place to come up with something wonky, funny, and truly ridiculous.
Right. Nice. And Zuby, on the first time using the fact checker role, how do you think this is going?
It's pretty fun so far. I like this. I like this whole new little setup you got here.
Perfect. All right. And then, well, we'll take kind of like a mid-game break. This is a good middle point, just to kind of talk about our guests as our competitors and what they're up to. Kind of put everything, shout out what you're doing on blast. So, Zach, what are you up to, and what kind of projects are you working on?
I'm part of Commander Social, where I know it doesn't sound like that from my behavior here, but we're a family-friendly, community-conscious podcast about Commander that I host with my co-host Ryan Green. So yeah, we have episodes every week on audio and on YouTube. So we're at Commander Social. Also, I feel Jason would want me to mention this, but our Patreon is patreon.com/CommanderSocial, because we have to have one for things. Yeah, so I mostly just mess around and talk about Commander with a friend of mine. We video it and then we put it on the internet, and for some reason I still don't understand, people watch and listen.
Aww. Well, everyone that's in the chat, go take a quick break, run on over to Commander Social YouTube channel and hit that subscribe button, ring the bells. Kody Smith, we've been doing stuff together forever, but what have you been up to, and put everything on blast what you're doing?
Yeah, so I've had a little bit of a shakeup in my life recently, but things are getting back on track. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitch as @FishcastMTG, and those are the places that we play Merfolk, talk about Merfolk, and Merfolk about Merfolk. It is great and awesome and wonderful. But also, I don't know, John, if I'm allowed to say this, but we're actually kind of bringing back U-Tunes in a new and exciting fashion, in a shorter fashion, and we're going to be talking about cartoons that we love. And me and John just we're very passionate about animation. If you've seen any of our episodes, and we're really stoked about that. So I'm super excited to begin talking again with John about my favorite medium of art, which is animation. So me and John,
boom. Can't wait to resurrect that one. It wasn't a huge time off, but it's good to be talking cartoons again. Catlight, like I mentioned at the top of the show, you are now doing Hellcat MTG on YouTube. So, and everyone go, again, take a break, go subscribe or follow Fishin and Merfolk podcast, or subscribe to the YouTube channel. But yeah, and also do the same for Hellcat MTG, because I just watched your episode on it was like a vlog. That was awesome.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah, I've been trying to do tournament vlogs. I'm trying to do them every 4 weeks, just 4 to 6 weeks. It's just something that I didn't think I'd like as much at first, because it's hard to find time between rounds. But I've loved it. It's been extremely fun. And if you watch my vlogs, you hear me say super exciting all the time, because it really is. And it's also been really nice because I've actually done well in the tournaments too. I'm waiting to have a vlog where I 0-3 drop, but I'm just well, this sucks. I don't know what else to do. Because everyone has those tournaments. But it's been super, super fun to do. And the next one I'll be doing will be SCG Indie in the middle of October. So
Excellent. Yeah, so go subscribe to all of our competitors' projects as well as our co-hosts and whatnot. So Magic with Zuby, Johnny Slivers, which is the Cackling Carnarium, and Pixie Kitten, MTG. So go do that if you haven't. So
it's Pixie Kitten Plays.
Pixie. What did I say?
Wow, get it right,
What did
John.
I say?
You said Pixie Kitten.
I don't know.
You forgot the plays.
Crap.
Wow.
Sorry, friend. All right.
Wow.
It's a lot to keep track of, man. I'm flipping through the flippy screens and all that and then judging the stuff.
It's okay.
All right.
Air quotes, sober.
I know. Yeah, right? That's the problem. Someone get me a drink. All right. The preamble's over. Let's get back to business. Let's go. Kody, you are on the clock. I hope you remember the question because we're not repeating it.
I wrote it down this time because I am a smart drunk.
I could do a super quick recap.
Alrighty. So 2 minutes on the clock.
Okay.
Remember, chat, this is all on you. I'm taking a break.
Here we go. Go ahead.
All right, so we're at my fantasy shindig, right? And we have all the partiers there, and it is awesome, and it is cool, and we have a sick DJ who's playing. And I had this song in my back pocket because I've had this discussion with my friends. If you were a stripper, what song would you pick as your stripping song?
Oh my God.
My song is "Shake You Like an Earthquake" by Family Force 5. So that's the song that'd be bumping in the speakers. And the two dancers that I would have on the dance floor are Xenagos, God of Revels, because obviously Xenagos is down to party. He's down to flirt. He's all about everything that partying has to offer. And you know what? I'm just gonna say it. I think Kaya has some slick moves. She can exile herself. She's all over the place. She's got all these sweet moves. And so I think Xenagos and Kaya would steal the show. And that is all that really needs to happen. Xenagos, the reveler, the partier, the god, and Kaya, the person that can literally just like disappear and reappear in different places and just like totally spin the place on its head. That's all that needs to happen to Shake It Like an Earthquake by Family Force 5. That's it. Boom. I'm done.
Wow.
Okay. Perfect. Let's go to Mr. Zack.
I'm ready. I've had some time to percolate and think.
Hey,
This is gonna be
go
good.
ahead.
This is gonna be good. Okay. So, the song for my dance off is definitely going to be Unchained Melody. I feel like that should be just hands down. Unchained Melody by the Righteous Brothers.
Yep.
So also, and my dancing partners are going to be Jace and Vinzer because we're the Blue Planeswalker Bros, which is our name, right? And then, I think our signature dance move would be like, I'd call it the Gingerbread Man because I don't know. I feel like that's appropriate for this. I'm trying to please the crowd. Yeah, and what we're gonna do is we're all gonna have like forks and be like jumping around and like poking at stuff. I don't know. I think that would be good. But the thing is, there's also kind of a special thing that has to happen. Unchained Melodies gets played like at 3 times speed. It's not played slow. So
Wow.
Oh boy.
So I think I got all the points I was supposed to get there. I think this is going to be the best ball ever with my people.
Zack's coming alive in round 3. All right.
Nice.
It's because I had time to think.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Kody, you shouldn't have pissed her off. All right, Kat, you're on the clock. 2 minutes. Let's hear your opening argument.
Go ahead.
So the first set that I ever played in was Eldritch Moon. So the limited set that I played in was two Eldritch Moon, 1 Innistrad. When you said dance theme, I immediately thought of the cards Macabre Waltz and Dance with Devils, which makes me think of the 2 characters, Liliana, because she's in that art, and then Tybalt. And so I want you to imagine this amazing masquerade ball with red and black themes. It's like a Halloween thing. We're coming up in the spooky season. And you have, and the signature song is Monster Mash. You have zombies, devils all around. And they're all doing the dance. The signature dance move would be called the Creep. And
All
so
right.
you just have it all encompassed and everything that is Innistrad and all the monsters, and it's perfectly Halloween themed.
Okay. So that is the opening arguments. Let's go to the fact checker, Mr. the Zuby. What do you think?
Very interesting all around. I definitely like Zach's Blue Planeswalker Bros, the Gingerbread Man, but I gotta hand it to Kat for the Monster Mash and the whole Halloween theme, and it is very on point with it being Halloween pretty soon. I'm not familiar with the song "Shake It Like an Earthquake," so I don't know if that really fits Xenagos or Kaya. But
Look
I definitely,
it up. It's perfect.
I like the addition of Kaya, though, because that does sound pretty cool, where she may be doing some awesome dance move, then disappear and reappear on top of your head doing another dance move or something.
What?
That's crazy.
I do like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. How about the pulse from the chat? Not the poll from the chat, but the pulse from the chat,
Pulse in the
JTP.
chat. Well, I mean, strategists like Dora and Arcades with Sir Mix-a-Lot.
I like big butts.
I was just, yeah. We're gonna have to get some votes. here to find
Efren,
what's
calm
going on.
down, Efren. All right.
Oh my god.
I think Efren's a contender to get in on the Supreme Verdict if we kind of cold shoulder him, because he doesn't like to go on shows that apparently we want him to be on. So we have to really kind of play reverse psychology with him. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, let's go to the rebuttal round. Talk about a Hellcat. This cat right here, off camera, has pushed over my water cup onto my cell phone. He is pulling out my cell phone charger, took out the mouse, Jesus. All right, let's go. Who are we starting? We're starting with Kody for rebuttals. Why do you have the sick? Well, not why do you have the sickest dance moves? Why do they have the lamest dad dance moves?
Dad dance.
60 seconds on the clock.
You asked the dad who has the lamest dad dance moves. God.
We smell our own. I mean, what do you want me to say?
Okay, go ahead. You're on the clock.
Kat, you're wonderful.
Oh.
You're beautiful, and you're just the perfect prior sister that I had. But you've described something that we already have in Magic. You described a Rakdos Revel. So there's nothing super original about your idea here. It's something that happens not once, not twice, but thrice in the history of Magic. Second off, Zach, your song, I went and listened to it during our little chats here, and honestly, this is the sound of my local diner that I get breakfast at on Wednesday morning for $6.50.
You've got 15 seconds.
Is this the kind of song that you're playing at a ball? I don't feel like that. I don't feel like that's the kind of spirit you want to bring to a ball. You're talking to drunks, and you're talking to lonely people not unlike me. I lost time.
Yeah,
I
that's
lost time. All right. Kat, bring us home on your rebuttals. What's wrong with these fools?
Wait,
is Zach next?
I think Zach's next.
Oh, Zach's next? Oh, yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Change it up on you.
Cody, what's wrong with these fools? Not Cody.
I
Zach.
already
Jesus.
went.
Oh
I already
my
went.
God.
I thought you said.
I really need
Put the
something
green
with liquor
sauce
in it.
away.
Yeah. All right.
Go ahead, Zach.
60 seconds on
Okay.
the clock.
Okay, first I'm gonna start with Cody. All I heard was Xenagos, and then my eyes just got I just saw red, and I didn't hear anything else but Xenagos, because I hate Xenagos, especially in EDH as a commander. I can't stand that, and I just want to that noise just needs to get out.
But you heard my favorite stripper song, so that's important.
I mean, yeah, I definitely wrote that down to listen to later. I may use that in later escapades, but yeah. Xenagos can't bother. I'm just gonna have to say it for the listeners from my podcast. That's a hashtag Get Big John thing. So it's a hashtag Get Big Cody there. So I cannot allow it, despite how beautiful your hair
15
looks.
seconds.
Also, I'm just gonna go light on Kat, since she gave me a chance to think and actually have a legitimate answer possibly this time. So I'm just gonna go with the I didn't think of it, so it's a good idea, but I didn't think of it, so it's bad.
So it seems to be working real well so far. Yeah. All right. A lot of trying to make nice with Kat now.
Wow.
All right. You are on the clock, my friend. 60 seconds rebuttal. dance moves. Let's talk about
Go
that.
ahead. Yep.
So I felt like I didn't really get an overarching like theme for either of your balls. It was like mine had like you got to see it. You can see it in your head. There's a lot of theme. Everything's kind of cohesive, and yours just kind of felt everywhere. While I did love the stripper song, I appreciate that. I also have a stripper song that I will not say on a public forum.
Now you have one,
Everyone has to have a stripper song.
You're much classier than I am. That's for sure.
Wait, everyone has to? Ugh.
Yeah.
Shit, I
everyone
don't
has
have
to
one. Fuck.
I think I have one of these.
I agree that Unchained Melodies, it doesn't really make. I don't get it. Why do I want to dance to that? That doesn't make me want to dance. And I do love that you used Kaya. But again, there was nothing cohesive. And yes, it may be a Rakdos Revel inspired, but you're allowed to have inspiration. It's not theft.
15 seconds.
That's all I got.
All right. The words of Jim Jarmusch. Everything is authentic. Nothing is original. Now that we have the rebuttals in, let's go back to the couch. Zuby, the fact checker. How do you think this round's shaping up? The chat has quite a task judging this one.
Yeah, so they got their work cut out for them. Kat brought up some good points, and poor Zach. He's the answer is better.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Improvement's good.
Improvement. Yeah.
It's improvement.
Yeah.
I like. God.
How about
I
the
fucking love this shit. It's too much.
How's the chat going, Johnny?
Zach is really rooting for himself.
What?
But I gotta say, I gotta. If I have to like put a vibe to things going on in the chat, it really does feel like Zach could still pull this one off here. I
I'm a
think
man
it's a
of the
possibility. He's playing the chat card.
All right.
Hashtag most improved.
Thank you, Ryan Green. All right, let's hear those closing arguments, starting with Kody. Why is your stripper music outshine the other two?
Go ahead.
Look, we live in a modern society. And women and men are allowed to be equals and see each other at a Skrillex or other EDM concert near you.
Okay.
And we're not part of this bourgeoisie that has to cater to any sort of specific audience. You can be what you want to be at a ball. And I honestly think that if you're imagining like a sort of Beauty and the Beast or a Cinderella or a other Disney princess style ball, then your idea is antiquated, and really you should rethink your idea of gender equality.
Oh,
it's
wow.
really important. It's really important that women not be subjugated to the similar situations that they have in previous in the past, and everyone's equal. Everyone's equal.
Truly the Beauty and the Beast. Kody Smith going after some real tough, heady themes here.
Wow.
Let's hear the closing statement. 60 seconds on the clock for Mr. Zack Taylor. Cat's chomping at the bit.
The first thing I'd like to say is I would like to distance myself from anything that Kody Smith had to say. I didn't really understand all of it, but it sounded bad. So that's the first thing. The second bomb that I'm going to drop is
because it sounded equal.
Oh my gosh. Like Kody said himself, he's like, yeah, we're talking about like EDM things and raves and doing all this ravey stuff, whatever they do with those. Like I thought, this was a ball, and I'm gonna drop the bomb now that I'm actually European royalty and I've been to a real ball, and what I described was how it really was there.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm European
he's
royalty.
royalty.
Yeah.
He's royalty.
So I've been to a ball. These other things, they don't sound like balls. They sound like rando things that trash people do that I didn't think of.
Trash people.
Yeah. So Blue Planeswalker Bros for life. Wow.
Can I transfer my votes to Kat? Because I just want I want this bourgeoisie to be torn down like the Spaghetti-O mascot wants.
You say this
tear
now.
down this bourgeoisie.
Oh,
it's
wow.
terrible.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right. Kody just
Still
shooting
going.
at everyone. Kat, your closing argument.
You been
God.
one?
So, because I'm a woman and I'm equal, I can dream of anything I fucking want.
No!
I want a ball. I want a beautiful devil zombie monster mash ball with Liliana and the worst planeswalker ever, Tybalt. And it's
Oh.
fine,
Yeah.
and that's what I want, and I get to have it because I'm a woman and I'm equal to everyone else, and I will make it happen for myself. Thank you.
Oof.
You go, girl.
Jeez. All right.
I actually wrote Tybalt down first before Xenagos, and so
Where did that get you?
it didn't get me anywhere apparently.
Wow,
It was
that was
fine.
that was a real heated match. Let's go to now that we have all the information, and before Johnny starts collecting the votes in the chat. So chat, start voting now. Johnny will kind of tally those up. So can we check facts on that, Zuby?
Yeah, so that was a bit heated in that last
Yeah.
argument, though. Though, Kat, I do have to say there's something I disagree with, though. Tybalt being the worst planeswalker, his uncommon card is actually pretty good.
Okay, his uncommon, he got a redemption, but the original
Yeah.
Tybalt,
I
are
do agree with
uncommons?
that.
All right.
I don't play with those.
But
Like
yeah,
Commander.
that was a pretty heated last closing arguments there. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Oh man. Let's go to PK real quick. How do you think that the dance part? I mean, this was supposed to be a dance party. It turned into a bloodbath. How do you think that round kind
Yeah.
of shook up?
Okay.
Oh,
Y'all just see
Cody's
Kody get up?
giving up. He gave up. He's conceding to me.
Oh.
I
Good
don't-
man. Good man.
What is he wearing? What is he wearing, man?
A bra.
I'm a little bit shook right now.
Yeah.
That last round was I don't know. It could go any direction except for Cody's direction.
Oh.
Oh damn!
Oh man. All right. About 10 more seconds left. I see the votes are coming in. Again, I'm just so happy that I didn't have to judge this
Oh.
one. I get to
I'm
keep some
happy
kind of
I didn't have
credibility.
to be I didn't have to be a contender in this because it's been rough. This is a tough one.
Yeah.
This has been very interesting.
All right. All right. So are we getting
That's
I don't know if we should wait for Kody or maybe send help. Maybe
Where
call
did he
someone.
go?
I think he's done. He's done. He just gave up. That's good.
Dog. I see
It's me and Cat
a
now.
dog back
It's me and
there.
Cat now.
All right. Mr. JTP, what does the tally say? Who wins
think
round number
Chat-
3?
Chat was close, but if I'm reading this right, Zach,
Yeah.
What?
you pulled it off, buddy.
Oh.
Wow. The game is not over yet. Kody, or nah, I don't know why I can't get names right tonight. Zach ruining Kat's perfect no-hitter of the night. Yikes. But
Yeah,
that means
like,
that Kody...
By a vote. Voting matters.
Oh, wow. Voting matters. Kody Smith is mathematically eliminated from this episode, or not from this episode. I'm not going to kick him out because he's just so gorgeous. So, of course, I'm going to leave him right there. But he will not be competing in this one. This is going to be a head-to-head the next round between Kat and Zach. If Kat wins this next round, the game is over. If Zach wins the next round, then we go to a sudden death tiebreaker situation. So this could be over. I am jumping back into the judging seat. My break is done. My union mandated break is over. So let's go to round number 4. PK, let's hear the question.
Okay, round 4. And did I hear that right? This is only Kat and Zach.
Correct.
Okay.
So Zach,
Good job, Cody.
you won the
Good
next.
job,
You,
Cody.
you won the last round. So are you going first, or is Kat for the first time going first?
Cat's going first.
Oh.
Oh.
Also, Kody, you did good. You tried your hardest, and as my grandma used to tell me when I lost things, sucks to suck.
Oh.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Listen,
dang.
I bow gracefully to both of my opponents. They're both worthy opponents,
Hmm.
and I have nothing bad to say about either of them except Cat is gonna stuff your face. That is it.
I mean,
Oh my.
most likely, but we'll play it out and see.
That's why we play the game. All right, PK.
Okay, question number 4. Here we go. Throne of Eldraine shows no shame in the fact that literally all of its flavor and themes take their inspiration from many of the classic fairy tales here in the real world. This is fine, but is it the greatest it can be? Using any fairy tale of your choice, answer the following. What other plane in the history of Magic the Gathering would have made a better setting for your chosen fairy tale? What characters from Magic the Gathering history would you have chosen to play the roles in your chosen fairy tale? Why is your version of this fairy tale the best mashup of these concepts?
Okay, so let's give them a little bit of time to kind of chew on that one real quick. Whew, going into this last part, what was the inspiration on that question, Johnny Slivers?
That was coming from an R&D, and I wanted contestants to like reimagine. Eldraine was kind of like, this is where the fairy tales go, but if you could pick a plane and take a fairy tale and throw it into that plane, what would it look like? Why would it work? Who's going to play the roles? This is more about taking something old and redressing it in something new. So, we saw what they did with Eldraine. What would you have done different? What if we wanted to return to a plane and it was all fairy tale? How would that look?
And the fact checker Zuby, how do you think Wizards did come? Usually they take like Lorwyn was the fairy tale set before this, but they kind of just took most of the subtlety out of it. We're doing grim fairy tales now. Is that something that you enjoyed seeing them do, or did you kind of like the more?
I'm in love with this set. It's and I've been showing a lot of the cards to my girls, especially my younger one, because she's obsessed with Cinderella, Little Mermaid, and all that, and she is absolutely in love with just the art more than anything. But yeah, I can't wait to get my hands on this set and play it.
Nice, absolutely ringing endorsement from our fact checker, the Mr. Zuby. Let's go. Let's get the wig is off. And the shirt, everything is off.
Oh my god!
The shirt is still on. We just can't see it.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
I still have a fabric bra on. It has no cup size because it's not needed.
Oh.
I don't even know what to say.
Okay.
What?
Cat, 2 minutes on the clock. PK, can we break this awkwardness?
I'm sorry. I was confused just now. Yeah. Okay. And we're going. Go ahead.
So a plane of magic, I think that could have been a really good one for fairy tales would have been Kamigawa. I think that Asian and like Japanese inspired fairy tales are also really amazing. Like all the works by Miyazaki are all really incredible. You can also put like a new planeswalker like Mu Yanling there, and a lot of other characters Toshi Umezawa is one of the most like badass characters ever. Kamigawa was that entire set. I actually like read all of the lore and all of the books, and he's just like a total badass. Everything in there is like very fairy tale. There's lots of spirits and fantasy, and there's like even this one giant spirit like breaks through like the barriers between the spirit world and this world. There's princesses, there's princes. It's like actually incredible. And I think that would have been like another really amazing. And you can also do Mulan themed. Mulan's my favorite Disney movie.
Oh,
yes.
So it'd be like actually perfect. And I think that that's what I would have chosen as the next one. And you have spirits, obviously. So.
Ooh.
All right.
Interesting.
Up real quick. Let's go over to Zach with your opening argument. 2 minutes on the clock.
Go ahead.
Okay. Mine would be on Dominaria for the Mirage type areas like Zalfir and all that, where it's kind of like rainforesty and jungly. And then I would do my favorite fairy tale, which I think this is the best fairy tale ever. It's called The Giving Tree. It's about a tree that gives to a boy throughout his life. And I think that would be awesome. I think it would be better. I think it's more modern fairy tale, not these like old like fairy tales with like weird meanings and whatnot. And I think that mine's the best simply because it's coming out of my mouth.
Oh boy. Here we go.
So, yeah, the Giving Tree, I think it teaches a good lesson. It'd be great in Mirage in the jungle. And yeah, I also have like a minute.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm going to keep going then.
Go ahead.
Also, maybe the Jungle Book could be there too. It'd be like the Jungle Book crossed with the Giving Tree.
Oh.
That's a mashup. That's a mashup that Hollywood wants.
Oh, we got a dog.
Because things are running out. And that's all I have.
Okay.
I'm very confused now. I think everyone else is too.
There's the dog. There's the dog.
Accomplished.
dog
Puppy.
All right,
Puppy.
let's jump right into rebuttals. 60 seconds on the clock for Kat. So let's hear why your Asian-inspired fairy tale is better than Zack's.
Go ahead.
I don't even understand what Zack's was. So it was like Dominaria with the Giving Tree, which isn't a fairy tale, and
Totally
saying you
is.
do like modern day things, but the whole point of a fairy tale is to escape into a world that's completely unlike our current, but just enough that we can relate. That's like how fairy tales work.
Mm-hmm.
And then you like learn lessons through everyone else, by watching them make their mistakes and go through their journeys.
Mm-hmm.
And the Giving Tree just is kind of like this asshole
best
little
book out there.
kid. And it's literally that little asshole that's just like taking advantage of this tree, and you're just sitting here like, oh yeah, this is totally reasonable. And it's like you're just supposed to give everything you want. Like it's your Silver Scene thing, which like has a purpose, but the entire purpose of it is like don't give away everything to someone who doesn't appreciate you. Is the entire purpose of the book. So I just don't think it really applies here. And I think that if you want to have a fairy tale where it really is like escaping and getting that
10
relatable
seconds.
little bit, like just basically going into like the Japanese and Asian folklore Kamigawa would be really incredible.
Gloves off, claws out, Cat Light going hard at the rebuttal. Let's
Nice.
go. Let's hear Zack's rebuttal to that. 60 seconds on the clock. Let's talk about trees, not about Kamigawa. 60 seconds whenever you're ready.
Here we go. Go ahead.
All I know is, as an Asian American, I was gonna say Kamigawa block, and then I heard this other girl be like, "Oh, hey, look at Kamigawa and how awesome it is."
Jesus,
And I was like, "Oh man, like, what am I gonna talk about now? I can't talk about my heritage." And then I was like, "Well, let me think of something." What book like that I grew up with, like learning a lot about, and it was like not letting people take advantage of you. It was like the Giving Tree. This book means so much to me. And then like Merfolk, that block was like where I played Magic as in like a kid, and I was like, well, yeah, let's go there. There's a jungle there, and yeah, I still have time. And so, yeah, I feel like I've been robbed.
15 seconds.
and her idea sucks because it's not mine.
Oh.
I'm out.
Yikes! So, like, Kody should not be talking about what it's like to be a woman. I guess Kat is not supposed to be talking about what it's like to be an Asian American.
Fuck.
Is there anyone that we haven't offended yet in this
Scarlett
episode?
Johansson in this episode.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Zuby, I actually, before we hit the closing statement, Zuby, I got to ask you, facts.
fuck.
We had some facts. Kat said that the Giving Tree is not a fairy tale. Can you confirm or deny that accusation?
The Giving Tree, I was looking it up. They don't actually consider it a fairy tale. They call it just a children's picture book. And the book has been described as one of the most divisive books in children's literature.
Just like Zack's play in this episode.
Got there.
Yes.
On brand.
Oh my god, this whole thing. I do have to say, I almost feel like Kat. I mean, I know I'm not the judge here, but almost like appeasing to me because I too love Kamigawa and I too love a lot of like Asian literature and folklore and all that stuff too. So it's
I would also like to point out that I didn't say how women should feel. I said that we shouldn't tell women how to feel.
Right, yeah.
That's what I said.
I found proof that the Giving Tree is a fairy tale on the internet, and the internet never lies. It says this, of course, a fairy tale in an article about it.
On what website? Wikipedia?
Oh, boy.
I'm gonna put it in the Twitter thing. I'll put it in the Twitter thing.
Johnny, what's the chat saying about this round so far?
They went. Everyone says it's OMG. It's just OMG across the board.
It's a lot of
Just, oh my god.
Yeah, all right. This is a strong, close round so far. I have my work cut out for me.
Before we get into it, I also agree that Zach's answer is really not cohesive at all. Doesn't make any fucking sense.
I mean, has anything I've done this entire evening been cohesive or made any sense whatsoever?
The food one was your closest one that made sense.
Zach's got a fan in the chat.
And
Zachary Taylor.
And the whole dance-off thing was your closest to being cohesive.
This is, I don't know.
At the most
a heated
time.
battle. I like this round 4. How it's
Zach's leaning hard into that brand awareness. He's like
I'm just
really
gonna
on
win.
brand.
I'm just gonna win. I have no doubt in my mind that I'm gonna win this.
60 seconds on the clock for Cat Light for your closing argument. Now, this is your closing argument on this round specifically, but also just for the overall night, why you should be the winner of this episode of Supreme Verdict.
Go ahead.
You put me first, and you knew that I could have stolen your answer, so that's not my problem. I'm sorry. It was a good answer. So also,
Yeah, man, she saw through my ruse.
and you're even confirming that my answer was so great because because you also thought you were going to do it. So that's how amazing it is. That and not just I was going to do it, you were going to do it, and it's cohesive. I have some great characters, and it's just the best. It's Kamigawa. It's a whole nother type of like fairy tale and lore and literature, and just the lore for Kamigawa itself is also so rich. So it's just the perfect add-on to that. And we had to go back to fix all of the terrible cards that were actually in that set.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Williams, cat ran away with the spoon.
Zach, this is your 60 seconds left on the podium for the night. Make it count. 60 seconds on the clock.
Go ahead.
I mean, you say for the night, like it's a foregone conclusion that I'm going to lose. I'm definitely going to win. Also, it's like an idea of mine. How many of my ideas have been good this evening? Not a lot. So I feel like that makes your idea a dumpster fire, just like all of mine. So I'm pretty sure I just still win here because I don't know. We need to keep this going as long as we can. I like it. That's my plan. So yeah, keep this going. I won. I'm awesome. Look at me. I'm a winner. I'm a winner.
There's the closing arguments. Let's go one more time to the fact checker. All right, so Zach's a winner. I mean, at least in our hearts and in Zach's mind. Is he a winner? Do you think he did enough to win this episode, though?
Yes. So much.
Aww.
Yeah, I will say this, Zach. You may not have won the episode, but you won my heart.
Oh, then I won. That's all I ever wanted. Was heart. I won.
Johnny, how's the chat feeling about this round and the episode so far?
I think they're loving the episode. There's just some This is fine. Everything's fine.
a lot of go Zachs by somebody named Zachary Taylor.
Yes,
That's not me. That's not me. That's a different person. I'm just
All right.
Zach.
So let's go through. Let's go through it real quick. Kat's argument. She went with Kamigawa as her fairy tale. The Izaki. She quoted and had some good planeswalkers as well, like Mulan. She went full Vorthos. Cat Light going full Vorthos. Mulan. Jimmy Wong is watching, so I'm sure he's very happy. Go watch Mulan in theaters 2020. Didn't know about called out the Giving Tree, saying it was not a fairy tale. That's kind of still up in the air. And of course, this
Not
totally
a fairy
backfired.
tale.
The one time that she had to go first, she took the pick one, and even Zach kind of backed that up. So yeah, that was a pretty strong argument. Zach going Dominaria, Zalfir, Mirage, going back, tugging on those old man heartstrings. I see you, brother. The Giving Tree, saying that it just fairy tales need a more modern twist on there. And then started talking about something about the Jungle Book. That's where he kind of lost me. Did call Cat out for stealing his Asian Thunder, and then the pick making Cat go first kind of backfired. So are we going to a sudden death, or does Cat take the episode? I will say that Kody Smith put on a great show tonight, but also
A great outfit.
I can say that the winner of this episode goes to Cat Light, booking her ticket to the first ever.
Yay!
Jason Alt's gonna murk you.
Great job.
Oh shit!
So Jason,
Oh hell no, my girl's got this.
Jason Alt versus
Now you're
Sisterhood
Alex
winning.
Alliance
Kessler.
Reborn.
Huh?
I said Sisterhood Alliance Reborn.
Oh, there we
Sisterhood
go.
Alliance.
Yeah, so this
I got
this
you,
is-
girl.
This is going to be a quite a match, but I cannot say enough about the other how entertaining at least the other two competitors are, and you are definitely good for this league. So I do want to announce that we are going to have a teams league as well. So if you are a podcast or a show or whatever, and you have a co-host, bring him along, because we're not only going to do a championship for the singles league, which our folks tonight are competing for, but also a teams league, and that's going to be like a head-to-head, so 2-on-2 matches for more chances for the gold for this episode too. So let's go around the horn again. Well, first off, PK, let's do the after episode interviews. Let's start with the losers and see what went wrong.
Okay, sure. Yeah, so we're gonna start with Kody. Where do you think that you sort of went wrong here?
I think it was the 6 beers I drank before this.
Okay.
I think the pregame.
Valid.
I think the pregame was a little strong, and probably
Okay.
and probably the IPAs I had while conducting this game show were not productive either. And I really think that I should have tapered it back a bit. But both of the contestants here, my opponents, were very quick-witted and on their feet, and they really put forth a strong effort, and I had so much fun regardless of being knocked out. Both Zach and Kat, you guys were fun to play with, and it was a lot of fun, and hopefully, because you're both blue players, I could get you on my show at some point. That'd be a lot of fun.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be great.
There we go.
Yeah, so let's move on to Zach. When you were down, how did you stay positive?
When I was down, so the whole episode, how did I stay positive? Self-talk. I'm just like thinking in my head, Zach, you're awesome. Zach, you're gonna win this. Zach, you're awesome. It didn't really work out, but that's what I did to try. I tried.
So
Okay, sure, that's fine. Okay, so it's the best we got here,
Yeah,
so
fair enough.
it's fine. Okay, so Kat, use one word to sum up your performance this evening.
Phenomenal.
oh,
Phenomenal.
Ever so humble.
Yes,
Right?
perfect.
Yo, Kat, you want to start a podcast and do this team league?
let's do
I'm
Kat.
good at this game.
So now, like, of course, if we could book you for another show, if you ever agree to do this again, why would you? But what is your message for your opponents in the championship round or episode against Alex Kessler from Masters of Modern and Jason Alt from Brainstorm Brewery?
This was a good warm-up round, and I'm coming for y'all.
Oof.
Oh,
Ever the modest cat light. All right, let's go around the horn. Let's go back to the couch. Thank you, our producer and question writer and chat liaison, Johnny Slivers. Where can everyone find you?
You can find me here on the They Said We Said Tin Street Hooligans. Oh man, there goes the whiskey. You can find me over. I've got a little channel. I won't describe it the way I did last week.
There you go.
The Cackling Carnarium is where I'm basically pointing my eyeballs at every single Magic card in the history of the game at some point over the next 6 years, and just basically doing my own review, putting it on YouTube as a video for people to like listen to if they want to, or I don't know. And you can find me on Twitter at Johnny Slivers, and that's that.
Perfect. Unceremoniously, we're going to go to the other member of the couch, Magic with Zuby, the best sign-off in the game. Let's hear it.
Magic with Zuby can be found on the following: on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and TuneIn Radio. You can reach out to me on Facebook.com/MagicWithZuby, on Twitter at MagicWithZuby, on Instagram at Magic_with_Zuby, and you can email me with any questions you may have at mtgzuby@gmail.com. And you can find me on this show every Tuesday at 10 Street Hooligans on the They Said We Said YouTube channel. There you go. Boom.
Oh,
Bam.
So good.
That was beautiful.
Wow.
And it's
That's
true
impressive.
because he's the fact checker. So, PK, my co-host on this crazy project, where can everyone find you, friend?
Everyone can find me on YouTube at Pixie Kitten Plays, and also I'm now on Twitch, Pixie Kitten Plays, and I will be doing 1 week from today, next Tuesday night. I'm not going to be here on They Said We Said's channel. I'm going to be on my Twitch channel. I'm going to be doing the early access streamer event for Throne of Eldraine.
So will I.
Nice.
I'll be doing it with you, Pixie.
Yeah,
So will I.
On my
Me
Twitch.
too. Me too. Let's
Okay.
all do it.
Yeah, but everyone come to my Twitch channel and watch me.
Oh.
Yep. Watch her
Yeah.
rip my
Place.
dreams out, rip my soul out, just like last streamer event.
Oh.
Yes,
Freaking
no, just
decimated me. Oh my gosh.
Very nice. All right.
Check it out.
Zach Taylor, where can everyone find you, sir?
You can find me at Z4CK38 on Twitter or at YouTube. It's youtube.com/commandersocial. And I'm, around places watching.
Yay.
Kody Smith, where can everyone find your dog?
My dog.
Yeah, what's your address?
You can find most. 2116. No. My dog is adorable, so eat your heart out, number one. Number two, you can find me on Twitter,
Nice
Instagram. No, please, pet my dog. My dog is wonderful. You can find me
What
on
are we
Twitch.
talking about here?
I don't know.
Let him
I'm
do
so-
his pitch.
I'm pitching my dog, okay? My dog's name is Daisy, and she is wonderful. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch at FishcastMTG. And that is basically it. That is all the places I do things. But if you want to be on this channel and see some awesome content about animation, whether it's movies, feature-length movies, movies that came out in theaters, or just things that you watched on Saturday morning while eating your berry-less Captain Crunch, that is the place you could find us, which is YouTunes. And again, we are rebooting the show. It's going to be a shorter format, and it's going to be wonderful. So please come by and hang out with me and John while we talk about our favorite cartoons, and it is just a wonderful treat. It's a saunter through your childhood. It is a brisk jog through your college years while you slowly awoken through your hangovers, and your adulthood where you're sharing your joy with your children. And I promise you will find something that is worthwhile for you to watch.
Right.
Kat, what are you promoting?
I'm taking the rest of the night off.
Y'all can find me on Twitter at HellcatMTG, and I'm going to be starting a TikTok soon, so y'all can look forward to that. I think that's a really cool thing. We'll see how it goes. And then I'm also on YouTube. I think it's either Catlight or HellcatMTG, one of the two. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'll have monthly vlogs coming out, tournament vlogs coming out on there. I'm on Twitter just all the time. And currently doing a giveaway, so if you want a free box of Throne of Eldraine, go find that tweet and retweet it. Because it's doing a giveaway for that. So.
Ooh, I know I am a retweeter of that. All right, and you can find me right here on this very channel doing this very thing every week on They Said We Said. Go ahead and subscribe. Tell all your friends that we exist. If you like movies and magic, this is the home for you. Also, Kody failed to mention that we are doing he will be guesting on Cult of Films coming up too, talking about Batman Mask of the Phantasm.
It's a second one, yeah. And Matt, the Batman original series cartoons are honestly they're cartoons that are not meant for children. There's 2 to 3 minutes of silence. They're just dramatic pieces. So if you're a fan of good storytelling, they're great pieces to get yourself into the Batman animated series. I promise you will like it.
There we go. Find me on Twitter at OrzovDunn talking magic and movies. Until next time, do we have a sign off for this yet, people?
Deuces.
May your
Yeah,
boards
that's a
be
sign-off.
wiped. I don't know.
May Venture the Sojourner bounce supreme verdict back to your hand.
Boom. And
Bye.
Womp womp.
That.